behind. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back live here on the show. We are here today at the famed Myrtle Beach, South Carolina's Myrtle Beach Speedway for more action and excitement here from the Tip Stall Monday Night Series Late Model Division. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show here on Pete's Race TV. As we get set to go for our action set case here today, let's take a look at our starting lineup. On the hole, in the number 5, it'll be the Throttle Shutdown Battle the outside. The number 84, it is Matthew Hoffer. Row number 2 is Michael Pratt, the 88, the outside. The number 4, Joe Joker Nuttleman. Row number 3 is the Crusader, Christian Tribal. The number 14, the outside. And the number 8 is Tyra O'Rourke. Row number 4 is Villa Brown, the 36, the outside. And the 76, Mike Rideout. Row number 5 is Jeff Oakes, the number 20, the outside. In the 51, making his television debut, Nick Cashman. Row number 6 is Bobby Anderson, the 31, the outside. And the 02, Chad Lancaster. Row number 7 is going to be piloted down by Jason Henry, the number 10, the outside. And the number 3 is Douglas R. Johnson. Row number 8, Daryl Clausen, the 41, the outside, and the 95 is Robert Warrens. Row number 9, the 85, and Lee Norton, the outside, the 90 is Dennis Warrens, the outside, and then finally, it will be the 55, Jason Brent, your final steed in this race. Race fans, the action's about to get hot, it's about to get exciting. We're about to see ourselves one heck of a race coming down through turn number 4 here. Let's send them on their way and reel them in. Green drop in here, Myrtle Beach. We have not forgot you. Let this race begin. Carry it away, gentlemen. And coming down around to the first section returns here. The Throttle Shutdown Battle here. Let me deal with some pressure there from Hoffer. As Hoffer takes the early advantage. Getting his first good run on that outside line, using everything he's got. Field stacked up a little bit in the back half here. Looks like some slowdown on the 14 Shriver as Mike Wright on the number 6 tries to get ready to run for it here and get some speed kicked in. A little bit of hard racing out the distance. Oh, trouble out at turn number 3. Entering into the turn, problems down there. It looks like one driver completely bashed into the wall there. The number 51, Nick Ashman, looks like a left front tire down. Badly damaged on the 51, trying to get it refired. We're going to look at the replay here and see if we can get a look at this. Definitely not a good spot to be in, and definitely a bad area to be into. Cashman just completely getting demolished there and just taken for a ride off the corner. Looked like he couldn't quite get the car to settle back down as he was coming off the turn and ended up getting right into the 02. We'll see, though, if that is for sure the frame there. Yeah, right there. He just got right into the 02 and nowhere to go from there. Nasty collision. Unfortunately, that will kind of slow them back down a peg or two here and get them right back into position as well. Sorry for the troubles there, folks. We're currently dealing with a glitch on our end here, trying to get things fixed up. Trying to make sure we are ready to go back to the green. Looks like we are here. Get that back up there. There we go. There's the stream. Back to the green flag here, running them down off the sign, and we're backing away. Back across the lines right now through the distance here. Every driver just trying to get a bit of a grip off the track here. It's a very loose-ended track, very tough to tame here. Well, the 51 Cashman having to learn from that mistake the hard way, and now going right back up there with Chad Lancaster as both drivers have a little bit of a runabout down through the turns. Matthew Hoffer keeping a strong lead pace. For now, anyway. Bottle, O'Rourke, Nettleman, and Oaks keeping their distance as well. Anderson starting to make a little bit of a drive back down through those exits here. Starting back down right now. Every driver here just trying to get a bit of a grip, trying to get a bit of a feel for what they're doing and what they're going head to head against. This is something you'll see a lot too, is once they start to get a base, they're starting to get a little bit of a grip down there, they'll start to kind of thicken the run out. And then the field starts to really diverge and dilute themselves into this kind of taste that they're doing right now. You see a lot of drivers kind of falling, victim of kind of falling back further as they go. Some trying to make some big jumps and runs here, and some just trying to stay out of trouble. Good look at that onboard camera. You can see the actual little things iRacing does. You can see that frame of the car there, the way the body panels and all that are kind of flicking around under the speed and duration they're getting. You get so much power on those clean airs, and they get so much more run on those tires once you don't use them up. That's why a lot of drivers are trying to pace themselves out as far as they can, trying to last out as much as possible here. Guys like the old Oak, Jeff Oaks here doing much of that as well, trying to go head to head against Joker Joe Nuttleman. Nuttleman last week involved in that nasty little situation there off turn 2 with the leaders in Lanier. Trying not to have the same situation happen here, doing a great job, keeping himself out of trouble mostly. As I say, that gets him the wall protection a little. Oaks though on the wall as well, in the inside corner there, and a little side skirt there right off the turn. Trying to put the run that they can on each driver, trying to see where they can take down to and trying to hold off the line. Everybody just kind of looking for their position, looking for their grip and their grasp of the track here. And they know there's still a long way to go before they get too far into this. Nearly 3 wide coming down off that turn. Actually, they are 3 wide there on the front straightaway. Look out up ahead. Bobby Anderson looking to peek his nose inside, but Jeff Oakes managing to hold it down. Nettleman right there on that target too, trying to fight the old Oak. Both guys head to head, both just kind of following the blocks and throwing it in between. Lee Norton trying to get back to victory lane after a little bit of a week off or two. Trying to stabilize it down. Bobby Anderson also still trying to make up for last week as he had unfortunate problems with the motor blowing up there in Nashville Fairgrounds. He's keeping his distance, keeping the pace up, looking to reel the track in, stay in control of their own destinies. Uh-oh, trouble down there, trouble! Rodney, oh, nice save, Lee Norton. The trash can 85 got clipped there by Nettleman. No caution, they remain green. Nice save there and good run off there from both drivers to be able to stick down to the pace. Dropping it back down in the tension now. Michael Pratt making a little bit of jump up to the front. Getting right ahead of Robert Warrens. Pratt keeping his pace here, trying to keep Warrens behind him after that nice little pass there. Getting a little bit of an opening because the Norton having to slow up. That allowed them to kind of drive it back up in between. Stay right in that scenario and in that situation. Hofford, Ulrich, and Bottle right now pretty far away on the gap here. Lancaster, a little bit of trouble down there. The Ford Performance 02 manages to at least keep himself somewhat upright, not in a problematic situation there. Back in the pack right now, a lot of backtracking here for the 1441. Not so much 02, but there right now looks like they're trying to save tires or fuel in this case as well. Maybe looking to strategize above all else, kind of keep their momentum at playing field. It's going to be a solid effort there, but again, will that work out in their run? Who's to say? A little backtracking down on the back of the pack here. Lee Norton gets it around Nettleman on the inside through 3 and 4. Nettleman got a lot of damage on the right front of that tire rod there, and I think he might be dealing with the pressure from it. Trying to keep himself somewhat relatively out of trouble. Again, probably wanting to make sure he keeps his tire and his car in check and just hang on for the run. Throwing the gaps off right around into the next set of turns here. Bobby Anderson, little glitch graphic gremlin there, but manages to at least make his way around Jeff Oakes. Anderson's one of those guys, man, you just know as soon as he gets on that track, he's going to be putting up an absolute unit of a fight on these drivers and trying to make everything he can to work around his situations and his trains here. Certainly guys like Lee Norton as well will do much the same, but the thing is for Norton, he's kind of having to work in a bit of a tough little edge here and having to figure out when and where is the right time to make moves and make strikes and see what goes from there. Little battle back between Robert Warrens and Michael Pratt now yet again down through number 3 and 4. Pratt clearing up, trying to close the gap on Warrens. Warrens trying to dish it in the inside, look for the run. Gonna clear around the gap. Oh no, look out, down turn 2, trouble! Robert Warrens upside down there. Michael Pratt clipping it right into him there, and a nasty, nasty collision for the 95 Cheetos machine. Oh my. Take a look at the replay here and see exactly what transpired there. Both drivers looked like they were racing hard to the position. Instead, one driver ended up getting maybe a little too hard. Which one was it though? Oh. Ooh, that one's hard to tell there. It looked like maybe Warrens came up a little bit into Pratt. Pratt, though, did look like he was kind of getting it as tight as he possibly could here. Ooh, that one will be a tough one to judge. The officials are going to have to go to review right now. Both drivers, though, definitely not too thrilled with each other here. I can tell you that much. Alright, we get back up and running here, race fans. Get them squared back onto the track here. Got a little cleanup job down there that they had to take care of. Get ready to fire back down here to the green flag restart zone. We're back underway. Well, it stacked up the drivers, and they got a few of them kind of trapped in a bit of a bad spot, so we'll see how they handle it from here. Stretching their way down across the turns here. Tire roll work right now, stuck on the outside, trying to hang in there with them. They get back down. Wait, what? A little bit of problems there, it looks like, for the 14. He got a little bit of a clip or two there. Take a look back at the restart there and see what exactly happened to that one. Looked like he may have had a little bit of ignition problem start off the line. No caution was thrown for it. Here's what the initial start done. Way back in the pack though, oh, yeah, right there. Looked like he just completely missed the start there or something, but did not get off the line one way or another, so that definitely cost him there. Tough ordeal there, but you got to race your race from that point on. Right now, Darrell Clark's trying to stay ahead of the gaps, stay ahead of other positions. Philip Brown, the Logitech 36, looking to kind of get himself squared up and trying to stabilize back down. Matthew Hopper, Mike right out, and now Lee Norton, your top three. Norton, by the way, he was back in that 10th and 11th spot a while ago. That pit stop really helped him out. Now he's using it. He's using it, he's abusing, and he's throwing everything he's got at these drivers here. Santos Auto moving back down into the 6th spot here, trying to stick with tire roll work right now as both drivers continue to keep their pace up. Fellow Canadian drivers from the Rock, having a little go at it. Just trying to see who is the better of the drivers. Nettleman, after that little clip there, seems to have damaged the front of the nose up badly from the hit. Doesn't seem to crinkle up too much though, so he's still able to run with it. But he's trying to get it up there across that 55 with Jason Brent. Brent bringing the Red Line Motorsports Media Machine to a good little look and a good little ride. I'm going to go from the back of the tail end to try to make his way up to the front. Still a long way to go if he's got any chance to do it. But he certainly is one of those drivers that will put a foot to it if he can. Everybody right now looking pretty solid here. This is some great racing here from everybody right now that is kind of in that position. Motion and control is everything here, and Matthew Hopper well aware of that with that huge lead. But remember, we saw that gap, the same thing that Shriver had against Warren last week at Lanier. Doesn't quite always work out in your favor. You've got to be very careful and strategic on how you handle and how you maintain that grip and that control level. It may end up coming to bite you back later on if you don't try to stay relatively in the same RPM speed relatively to your competitor behind. And that clean air too as well. I got told from the drivers a little while ago, if you can get this thing in clean air, boy, you have a lot of power and a lot of speed to use up with. More than I think most drivers are considering it for. Oh, wait a minute, trouble down there, trouble. Oh yeah, we got one down there, unfortunately, spun right out. That's Jason Brand, the 55. So a little bit of problems down there, unfortunately. Taking a look at it. Oh, there goes Philip Brown, man. There went Nettleman. I think I think Brown might have been the first one that got that hole started. I don't know what the heck Nettleton was going on down there, but that was certainly not a very good situation. So Brown catching Klotz, and then all of a sudden it was that dilemma of Pratt getting into him, and then you had Brent just get kind of clobbered there off that turn as well. One more look at it. Hard to really tell. So lap 52 this all concurred at, so that will certainly throw a few drivers into the old monkey wrench pile and see what they can figure out here. Definitely not exactly, though, how they wanted to play that in and how they wanted to work that around the track, so still time to figure it out. Back on the line, back on the straight, green flag back underway. Still a little bit of laps remaining here. Right back into the inside though, a little bumping and dragging. O'Rourke and Oaks head to head there. Both trying to stay out of trouble though, as we got 21 to go. Norton kind of laying behind Wofford now. Has Norton burned up too much of the tire though to get around Hoffer? That's going to be one thing Hoffer's going to have to be asking himself at the moment. He's driving the wheels off right now, and he's keeping a very, very close eye on what Norton is up to, but he's got to be very careful down there. Last season, Hoffer coming oh so close to an Earth Championship run on the Monday Night Edition back when it was called Pushing Limits Racing League. Now everything completely reversed and changed outright to the Pit Stall Monday Night Series. Then they swapped it to the late model stock car, the updated version. And ever since then, it's really kind of put itself into its own little place. Good battle up here between the Old Oak and the Throttle Poddle. Meanwhile, behind him, a Lone Crusader trying to patrol the kingdom and looking to get one up right on. Whoa! Right out of turn number 2. Jeff Oak and Shriver catching it just right out the corner there off the turn. Take a quick look at the replay and see if we can get a better frame on that one. Oak drove it in there. Came right down. Bam! There's a hit. Looked like Oak trying to get a little bit of a run back on it. Then unfortunately found himself kind of deluded in the situation. Nowhere for him to go. Dick Cashman capitalizing on that one. So is Douglas R. Johnson as well. Both drivers getting some real estate out that. Joe Nettleton as well. Right behind the back trying to stabilize the back down. Every driver for themselves here. And speaking of every driver for themselves here, remember, coming up next at Pocono Raceway, we'll see the GOAT Racing League bring out the 7500 Truck Series. So that will be live on Facebook here shortly. Do not miss that when the time comes, race fans. Just a mere half hour away. Yo, I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm pretty surprised here at Cashman. He's been pretty consistent since he got out of that little bad situation. He's been kind of firing back on these drivers and getting some momentum going. I think his biggest dilemma he's been facing is just whether or not those cautions play into his favor or if he's going to have something else to work around. Meanwhile, with the last remaining laps to go, we're down to 14 left. The inspection station 84 trying to do what no one's been able to do yet. That's knocked down the 85 of Lee Norton. Good blocking tactics by Hoffer, keeping it low, centered of gravity. But Norton, he's clever. He knows what he's doing, so he's waiting for the right time. Wait for a time to strike. Gets the inside. And now Hoffer. No room for error here off the turn 4. He can't quite hold him down. Norton just tightened that car up, and he set it swinging, drops the inside. Hoffer trying to get back underneath his nose. I don't know if he's got enough time here. Norton got a good run off that turn now. He's looking to try to push the limits even further than he was just a minute ago. Hopper desperately trying to hang with him, but I think the damage might have been done. Let out a good amount of races, and he's telling the spotters, I can't really say on the broadcast here, something I will not be repeating. But man, did he put up a fight, did he put on a little show there, just trying to stick with it. Just unfortunately, may have drove it a little too hard in certain places and gave Norton a chance to breathe. And those cautions, those restarts as well, certainly do not help. You've got to be very careful. Battling back in the frack here. Look out down the back half here. Philip Brown, Robert Warren's going in, tangling it up. Warren's trying to fight back after that massive situation there involving him and Pratt. And he's looking to launch this car back into the stratosphere and back where he needs to. A good place here will keep him in the top of the points. Everybody else still trying to figure it out this season. Warren seems to have dialed it in after 2 wins in a row. Look at a bump out there in the corner. Oh no, look down there. Can they hold it 3 wide? No, it's trouble. Caution, caution, caution. Bobby Anderson going completely haywire as Old Oaks gets completely drilled in with him. And once again, another race and another situation of brewing for Bobby Anderson. A nasty little tumble there. But we take a look at the replay. We got to look at this here. It looked like Oaks was battling hard, trying to keep Johnson at bay. But he had Philip Brown too in there. Yeah, he got loose there coming off of turn number 4. And he's already, the officials already told him we'll get situated there. Oaks has accepted the situation. He knows what's going on, so he'll accept that one. But a nasty, nasty little tumble there coming off that corner. One more look at it. He just drove right up on the curb there. Once he got loose, he was stuck 3-4 wide, and they're all trying to pass. Anderson just nowhere to go, and in a very unfortunate situation, Daryl Klotz clashes him right into the turn. Nowhere for them to go. What a horrible situation there for all drivers involved. Field right now currently just getting settled back down here. Looks like we're going to a green, white, checkered restart attempt. Coming down to the edges here. This will be their last 2 laps to go. Off turn number 4. Right to the line. Green is out. Who's it gonna be? Gonna reel him down. Norton getting some run, getting a lot of power. Right out, look at him drive the Moses 76 deep inside, trying to steer the clear. Steer it clear, white flag high in the air. All drive for themselves. Nuttleman, look out down there. Nasty situation off turn number 1. Nuttleman getting into the nasty problems. But off of turn number 3 to turn number 4, Lee Norton is going to walk away with this one. He wins it at Myrtle Beach. Oh, look out, Tyler O'Rourke going for a little ride there coming off of turn number 4. He's going for a nasty tumble. Bad wreck off of the final lap here, and a whole bunch of cars wrecking it out. Oh, my goodness. Horrible situation coming on the line there. Mike Rideout will take second over Matthew Hoffert. But your race winner at Myrtle Beach anyway, it's going to be Lee Norton. Win number 2 this season. And he sure put up a fight and put it all on the ground there for these drivers. May have caught a few breaks there to that caution, but in turn, he uses it well and uses it wisely. Well, he's trying to park it down in victory lane there. Well, while he figures that out there, let's take a look at our results here. What a race. A tough one, but a good one. Lee Norton fighting and scratching and clawing, hangs on to this one. Matthew Hoffert going to go second. Mike Rideout third. Chantal Powell fourth. Christian Charver fifth. Tyler O'Rourke sixth. Philip Brown seventh. Eighth to Nick Cashman. Douglas R. Johnson ninth. And Robert Warren's 10th. Rounds out the top 10. Other finisher, the 88, Michael Pratt, unable to continue on. Alright, fans, that'll about do it for our coverage here on the YouTube side. We're heading to Facebook here. We only got a few minutes left, so we'll see you guys over there. Thanks so much for tuning in, though, and we will be right back with you. Go Racing League coming up next.